G'day everybody and welcome to limited edition number 22. We're going to do another Amonkhet draft today. As usual, this will be posted up on Pure MTGO. That's where you'll be able to see the matches. I'm only recording the draft portion. Hopefully it'll fire very shortly and we'll get into it. Haven't been able to play much lately and do as many drafts as I'd like, so I'm still actually a bit fresh to the format. Problem with my internet has meant that I haven't been able to do much on Magic Online like I'd normally like to. Hopefully that problem will be rectified soon. Hope everyone else is enjoying the format. As I'm recording this, the Pro Tour has just been, day 1 and day 2 has just been done. Still waiting for the top 8 tomorrow. Some interesting draft decks came out there. Alright, let's have a look. Rare is pretty useless in this, Cascading Cataracts. Let's have a look at what we've got. So, not much I'm seeing straight away. Electrify is obviously the best card here. Cartouche of Strength is also very good, but I prefer red over green. Although only having one green card in the pack, and then one other green card in the pack, which is not brilliant, and then having a bunch of red cards could put the person to our left into red, but I think Electrify is just better. Winged Shepherd's not too bad. I'm not overly thrilled with it, but I am going to take Electrify. Scatter Groves, not what we want here. Baleful Amit's actually a very powerful card. A 4/3 lifelink. If you can put it on something, put the -1/-1 counter on something else, it actually becomes quite decent. Sacred Cat, I'm not overly thrilled with. There's another Cartouche of Strength here, so maybe we could look at moving into that. It's probably one of the best cartouches, if not the best cartouche. We can pick up some trials. It's even better. Other than that, there's really not a lot, so I'm going to take the cartouche. Now, what have we got here? So we've got Battlefield Scavenger, which is okay. It's not great. Exemplar of Strength is fine. Not too bad. Thresher Lizard I don't mind either. A 3/2 for 3 becomes a 4/4 later in the game. What else we got? Painful Lesson, Getting into Dimension we don't want. Geometal Fanbearer. Fanbearer is probably the best card here. Well, I don't particularly want to take it at this point. If I go white-red, then it's usually an aggro deck. That still works okay. White-green, I've been overly thrilled with. Let's have a look. Yeah. I think I'm going to take the Lizard. Sort of look at maybe a red-green mid-range beatdown deck. The Lizard's fine. It's more designed for red-black, but it's still fine. Well, here we've got Weaver of Currents, which is a pretty good signpost to green-blue. Bloodlust Insider is also very good. Evolving Wilds is good. We haven't got any... Initiate's Companion, it's okay as a 3/1, but I'm not overly impressed with it. It just dies to everything. Sometimes you get to untap one thing, which is not overly good. Soul Stinger, I like Soul Stinger as a card. It's quite good. That could mean that we could move into red-black. But I think I'm just going to stay with red and take Bloodlust Insider. Being able to get something haste is actually a pretty decent ability. So here we've got Brute Strength, Naga Vitalist, Ornery Kudu. Gift of Paradise lets us splash as well. I don't like taking Combat Tricks this early, so I'm pretty much ruling that out. I'm leaving between Naga Vitalist and Ornery Kudu. I think I'm just going to take the Kudu. It's a good body. Even a 2/3 for 3 at its worst is not too terrible. Yeah, let's take that. Well, someone wants to go into zombies, they've got it. Quarry Hauler can actually help us get rid of the counters there. Bitterblade Warrior is okay. The 2/2, 3/2 Death Touch on attack. It's fine. It's not brilliant. This has been pretty average so far. 3/2 Flash looks good on the surface, but it has been pretty average. And fling, I'm not interested in fling at this point. Giant spider, I really want to be doing more beat down at the moment, and that will probably come back a bit later. I'm going to take the Bitterblade Warrior. Alright, so here we've actually got a Cartouche, the Zeal, Colossopede as well as a 5/5. This is not bad if we can get some trials going, but we haven't seen that yet. We could speculate on it, or we could take Colossopede. I'm actually going to just take Colossopede. So here we really don't have a lot. That's pretty poor. It just really does nothing. Well, yeah, no, we really don't want to put anything into the graveyard. Nothing else really does anything for us. We'll just take it anyway. It's the only card in our colours. Alright, so now we're back to our first pack. So we've got Brute Strength and Desert Ceradon. We'll take the Ceradon here. Can always cycle it away if we need to. Shed Weakness is an okay combat trick. I'm not overly thrilled with Honed Kopesh. We'll take Shed Weakness here. Yeah, that's pretty ordinary. I mean, it's a sideboard card at best. We're not going to be playing it main deck, and there's no real artifacts we really care too much about, but we'll take it anyway. We're not seeing a lot come around in red, which is a little bit worrying, but we'll see what happens here. I could take this and look at blue if we can get some ramp stuff going, but or we could just take the Initiate's Companion. I'm actually going to take the Weaver and see what happens. Probably won't end up playing Gift of Paradise, but it could be okay if we get something to splash with. Alright, well, pack one went very fast for us. I've just got to wait for everyone else to catch up. So far, not overly happy with the red. It's been okay. The green's okay. We'd really like some of the bombs in either of those two colours. We could look at going into blue. Blue is something we could go into, and we can also splash possibly red if we need to for something with that. If we can get into some of the bigger green or blue cards, and some of the more expensive stuff, the Weaver of Lightning could be quite handy. A lot of it's going to come down to what we see in the first couple of picks of pack 2. It's pretty important in this format so far to stay open, I've found. Well, we certainly can splash it. I haven't played with this yet, but it is a very, very powerful card. And we certainly do have the ability to splash it. We could play safe and take Magma Spray, which is just another good removal spell. There's nothing in the big blue or green here that we want to look at taking. Do we take Approach of the Second Sun? It is an extremely good card, but at the moment we're looking to be more aggro than anything else. I think I'm going to play it safe and take Magma Spray. Could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments what you would have taken there. May have been correct to take Approach of the Second Sun. It is a very, very good card. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure someone else will take it. Well, now I'm kind of wishing we had to take it. Here's Greatest Sandworm. Now we've got some interesting decisions. Ketra is not the greatest of the gods, but it is God. We're going to have a lot of creatures, and we can splash. We've got Greatest Sandworm if we want to potentially move into blue-green. We've also got Shefet Monitor, which gives us a basic land or a desert card. This one's an interesting decision. Do we stick the path or do we try to go blue-green? I am going to take a Ketra, I think. I haven't played with it yet. It's a mythic. I do like to play with mythics, get the chance to play with them. Alright, so what do we got here? Hooded Brawler, Flameblade Adept, Emberhorn Minotaur. So we've got some decent cards here. So Hooded Brawler is actually quite good. Flameblade Adept, not that good in our deck, because we're not going to be discarding too many cards. Emberhorn Minotaur, we can exert it, it's a 4-drop. We don't have a lot in the way of 4-drops at the moment, but I think we want the 3-drops. Be a bit more aggressive. Let's take Hooded Brawler. Well, that's an extremely good card. What else do we have in the pack for us? We've got another Bloodless Insider. Sorry about the sniffly nose, folks. Got a bit of a head cold at the moment. Just so hard to deal with, this card. 4/4 flyer is no joke. That is also very good. It's either the worst card in your hand or the best card in your hand. There's another Gift of Paradise letting us splash. We're going to take the Drake. It's just, it's one of the better cards in the set. And now we'll probably look at playing Gift of Paradise and possibly Weaver of Courage as well. What have we got here? Cartouche, Quarry Hauler. At the moment it's looking like red is not really coming around. Quarry Hauler is okay, another Shed Weakness. We could take the River Serpent, we could take Winds of Rebuke. I think I'm just going to play safe and take the Quarry Hauler. Sensor Tarkov, Scratcher, Slitherblade, Giant Spider, Scribe of the Mindful, Thresher Lizard. So here we might take... Question is, are we going into blue? I think I'll take Giant Spider. We'll see what... another Weaver. Alright. I'm actually going to move into blue now. After that. We'll take Gale Strike here. So we're going to take some of the red out. And possibly a Ketra as well for the time being. What have we got here? Not much. Yeah, there's really nothing I want there. I'll just take that. Magma Spray can possibly come out as well. Although we might end up playing it. We'll see what happens. But it looks like we're going to go into a blue-green deck. This is the importance of staying open. If we can get some Evolving Wilds or another Gift of Paradise, we can play a Ketra as well. I'm going to be looking at splashing red potentially. We'll take the Shimmer Scale Drake here. Yeah, so as I was saying, the importance of staying open. It's such a bomb-centric format. They talk about Prince or Pauper formats. Pauper formats where the commons are what define the format, and Prince formats are where the rares and mythics define the format, usually the rares. This is a Prince format, whereas the last couple of sets have been Pauper formats. So it takes a little bit of getting your head around if you haven't drafted for a while and have never experienced a Prince format before. That's fine. You really need to stay open as long as possible so you can play the best cards that you get. So a Ketra here, as I said, a Ketra is not the greatest of the gods, but it's still very powerful if you've got a lot of creatures and can create creatures herself. Angler Drake is very powerful. There's another Gift of Paradise. So we're looking like we can play multiple colors here. This should be good, hopefully. So we've now got two sources of whatever colors we want. I probably won't play that. So with base green, with blue, splashing red, potentially splashing white if we want to as well. This actually becomes slightly better now because we can actually use Weaver of Currents. And there we go. So Vizier of Many Faces, another one of these great cards. It's a bit of a bomb. It's the best creature on the field, whether that's yours, another copy of it, and it comes back as well. So definitely the right move to go into blue. We have picked that one up nicely. Another Open into Wonder. There's an Evolving Wilds, which would be very handy, but I'm not taking it over that. And a Greater Sandworm as well. So we'll take the Vizier. Not much here. There is an Evolving Wilds, so I think we will take the Evolving Wilds. That's a pretty easy choice there. Yep, nothing else other than that. We will take that. We're going to be looking at ramping up as much as possible here, so very good card. We've got Open into Wonder or Floodwaters. Like I said earlier, it's either the best card or the worst card in your deck. 14 creatures at the moment. Yeah, so we're going to take it. We can't cast that. We can cast a Greater Sandworm though, so that's what we're going to take. This time we'll take Floodwaters. We can always just cycle it if needs be. Our deck's starting to look pretty good here. Pretty happy with this. Possibly might have to make some cuts and look like probably going to be a 17 land deck just because of the mana requirements. Possibly we won't play a Ketra. Shed Weakness can go. Gale Strike's just a good card, so we want to keep that. We'll keep the cartouche. We haven't picked up any trial, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. We probably need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe need some lower drop creatures, but we've definitely high on the high mana cost count in creatures. Don't really like many of those, but we can take Stinging Shot. Stinging Shot's actually a little bit underrated, I think. I'll take that out. We'll put Shed Weakness in the sideboard. Can be useless in your hand with its, if you haven't got, opponent doesn't have any flying creatures, you just cycle it away, draw a card. They do have flying creatures, one of the most efficient removal spells in the game, in the set. People starting to take a little bit of time to do the draft, make their picks. The last few picks to come around. I'm reasonably happy with how this is turning out at the moment. I'm still not 100% sure about a Ketra. We do have a lot of mana, that's one thing, so we possibly can make good use of her ability to create warriors, which then turns her on. Might just take another Initiate's Companion here, I think. Don't know if we'll actually play that or not. Wow, another Evolving Wilds. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got a fair bit at the high end already. Greater Sandworm is very good. We don't want another Open into Wonder, as good as it can be. And do we want another Evolving Wilds? That's the question. We've got 1, 2, 3. I don't think we do. I think we want another Sandworm. Bit of a tough choice, but I think I'm going to go the Sandworm. Sure. Take a trick. It means we've got to make some cuts here as well. I'm not sure what we're going to cut yet. Don't want to play 2 Colossopeds, I don't think. I want to play a Ketra, but I'm not convinced that it's a good idea. We really got very little removal, where that's where Electrify, we sort of have to play that. Because apart from the cartouche, we've got no removal and the Stinging Shot. Sure. Floodwater's removal, Angler Draker's removal in a way, Gale Striker's removal in a way, and open into one that kind of doesn't really count as removal, but does let you get through. That's 17 and 8. I'm not a massive fan of any of these 2-drops, but that does help with things like Gift of Paradise and Weaver of Currents. You can sort of, it doesn't help you do it in the same turn, but it does mean you can cast something main phase using them, attack, untap, cast something else, cost a fair bit of mana. I don't think I like 2 of them. I like 2 of them more than I like a bit of Blade Warrior. Tough choice. I'm not cutting any of them. Could possibly cut Giant Spider. There's another Initiate's Companion. Definitely won't be playing 3 of them. Just wait for the draft to finish and then we'll do some sorting to see what our mana curve looks like, what our creature base removal spells look like. Just wait for these last couple of people. If you're reading the article, are any of you in the draft? Let me know how you did if you are, or if you're watching the video on YouTube. I think we definitely want the Electrify. I think that's just a given. Alright. Let's have a look. So we want to group creatures separately to have a look at the curve. Alright, so we've got 18 creatures, 8 spells. I think we definitely want to be 23 land. Although, not 23 land, 17 land. Can definitely cut one of them. Possibly just cut the Stinging Shot and we can bring it in for something if they are playing flying creatures. It is a very good card, but it's just hard to see what we're cutting here. I think we take that out. Peach just a beater. I think maybe we cut Giant Spider. We've got, it doesn't have flying, does it? No. We do have a couple of flyers. We can always bring Giant Spider back in if we're playing against, say, a white-blue deck. Hooded Brawler is good. Kudo is good. I think we cut a Spider. And the question is, do I run 17 land or 16 land? We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 cyclers. So not a lot of cyclers. We do also have 1, 2, 3, 4 extra mana produced. So 16 land might be correct. Although we are splashing red and we are splashing white. Let's bring Stinging Shot back in. And let's go with... So I'm going to want a plains and a mountain. We've still got room for 14 land, 13 land. We definitely want more green than blue, so I think we want 7 and 6, which So that would give me 6, 7 sources of blue, 8, 9 sources of blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sources of green, 4 sources of red, and 4 sources of white. That seems pretty decent. It's probably a fairly risky deck. I'm keen to see whether something like this could work. Whether a Ketra is even worth it may not be, but she is just so powerful. I haven't had a chance to play with her. I would really, really like to try her out, and this has given me the means to be able to do it. The gods are just powerful in general. She's not probably one of the main bombs of the set, but a 3/6 double strike, it's indestructible, creates warriors, and if we can cast her, we can create the warriors. So unless she gets exiled somehow, seems pretty good. I'm reasonably happy with this deck, actually. I think it's going to be okay. We've got a lot of mana producers. So that produces an extra one, so it sort of counts as an extra land. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. I think I'm going to save that. We'll give it a shot. Thanks for watching the draft. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. You can read how the results of the draft went on Pure MTGO. Keep an eye out on Facebook page, The Wolf MTG, or follow me on Twitter, _wolf_MTG, and you'll see updates on when the article comes out, or just keep checking puremtgo.com daily for the article. Alright guys, see you soon.